Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, and once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here just above 56 cents. And now that we had some upward movement for XRP, people are starting to get excited around this cryptocurrency once again. I don't see as much FUD either, that maybe that's coming to an end as well. But we haven't even got going yet. Wait until XRP really starts to blast off. It is going to be such an exciting time when that happens. And I do believe that is going to happen in 2024. Ripple's XRP gained stablecoin status from World Bank. The World Bank has officially recognized Ripple's native cryptocurrency XRP as a stablecoin. This classification marks a significant milestone for Ripple and its digital asset, underscoring its growing acceptance and utility in the global financial landscape. World Bank, BIS, IMF, multiple times in the past have talked about XRP and XLM as stablecoins. It does not mean that they are going to be pegged to $1. I think they're going to become high-valued stablecoins. However, I wouldn't argue if they were to peg XRP to that new US Treasury dollar that's coming out next year. A lot of things are going to be reassessed next year as well. I talked about that in a video the day before yesterday, and I gave a theory because it made some sense to me. But when I was reading through the comments, most of you agreed with that. Maybe you see what I see when I talked about that. But it does. I mean, think about it. If it's a stable coin and it's going to be backed by one US Treasury dollar, think about how much value XRP is going to have. Think about the things you could buy with just one XRP. But even if it's not, it's still going to be moving a hell of a lot of value on a daily basis. Fed's PAL confirms US stablecoin legislation is close. The reason they're pushing for this will lead to a CBDC. On Tuesday, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell met behind closed doors with Democrats on the House Financial Services Committee, Politico reported. A week ago, committee ranking Democrat Maxine Waters said that bipartisan agreement on stablecoin legislation was close, also according to Politico. We need a framework for stablecoins, Powell said, according to a source at Tuesday's meeting. Powell added that he is very supportive and am glad that we are close. Just over 6 months ago, Republicans voted a draft stablecoin bill through the same committee, with strong opposition from Democrats. So why did they all of a sudden shift on this? Why are Democrats now supporting this? Most likely because they're also going to push for a CBDC this year. The Fed chair also touched on central bank digital currency. If we're going to have a CBDC, Congress needs to authorize it. According to the source, we aren't advocates, but we haven't made a decision to recommend a CBDC to Congress. A CBDC bill could struggle to get passed by Congress. I think it would be met with a lot of opposition, but I think they're going to create some emergency situation for that to happen this year as well. Now, this comes from Smoke. Fednow supporting multiple payment options and mentions blockchain providers like Ripple. What Fednow means is that the terminology is going to be supported long term. Blockchain providers are also providing real-time settlement across borders. Ripple's RippleNet, for example, links network users worldwide for real-time settlement of international transactions. Everybody wants real-time payments. People are done waiting days for money to show up. Also, they don't want to pay a lot of money to move money from one country to another. They want cheap, fast, and secure. On top of the fact that Fednow will support blockchain applications via API and ISO. And like I said multiple times in the past, there's a reason these cryptocurrencies are ISO compliant. It's because ISO is going to bring a lot of money to these cryptocurrencies. They're going to be utilized for payments all around the world. And just because we haven't seen value come from that yet, that value is also going to show up in 2024, in my opinion. Coincidence that an Illinois blockchain business development report mentions Ripple on the same page that confirms Fednow will use DLT and lead to major blockchain adoption by a government entity? I think not. I don't think any of this is happening by coincidence. I think most of this was written in stone years ago. This was going to happen. But now we're getting to the point where everything is about to go live. And like I said, you know, people could argue all day long on the price of XRP. It's never going to reach this price point. It's never going to reach that price point. Market cap in previous cycles will not matter when it comes to utility, when utility is driving the price of XRP. Fednow launched as soft regulation in July of 2023. Expect wider adoption of Fednow and instant US payments throughout 2024. And I think it was very important for Ripple to acquire all those payment licenses, because that shows you Ripple is going to be utilized and XRP is going to be utilized all around the United States. And I think that's going to start to happen this year as well. It makes sense when you think about the value that Ripple is planning to facilitate derivatives market. ISDA DTCC is multi-quadrillion dollar market. Fedwire and Swift transact quadrillions, and Ripple is connected to them directly or indirectly through partnerships. You know, time and time again, if it wasn't Ripple directly, it was a partner of Ripple expanding out and growing and getting integrated into either Swift or the Fed. And it's all happening in the background, a massive, massive network forming. And once that quadrillions of dollars start to flow, look out, it's going to move the price of XRP so fast. And even if Ripple just captures 10%, we are looking at a 3-digit XRP. That's what keeps me holding this cryptocurrency, is my belief in where we're going to be in the very near future. I'm talking over the course of the next 12 months or so, because everything's moving much faster now as well. The IMF is telling you things are speeding up. Christine Lagarde telling you things are speeding up. Even the BIS is moving things faster now. And I think it's all being accelerated by the BRICS. National Payments Corporation of India to link Indian and U.S. banks for real-time payment service. NPCI unveils a groundbreaking plan, real-time payment link between India and the United States. The focus, real-time payments utilizing UPI's expertise. The NPCI will be engaging with Fednow, the U.S. Federal Reserve's real-time payment service, for a potential UPI equivalent. Unified Payments Interface is an Indian instant payment system developed by the NPCI in 2016. In January of 2024, Google India Digital Services signed an MOU with NPCI International Payments to expand UPI internationally. Remember, back then you got announcements. Now those announcements are getting ready to go live. Now we'll start to see the value come from those announcements. And look at this throwback. Ripple in talks with NPCI banks for AC transfers globally. Most of the banks that are involved with NPCI are Ripple partners already. It's all coming together, that massive network. We're in the plumbing of the financial system. Take a listen to what Chris Larson says here.
You know, if you want to go direct to consumer, you might turn around one day and realize your entire company is marketing and customer support, and it's like 5% tech. And that's a recipe for failure too. Right now, we're about 2/3 tech because we're in the plumbing of the financial system. we don't have to market to consumers. And that way we can attract a bigger tech team. And the best tech people want to work with great tech teams, and that means big tech teams. So I think we can have more impact. So and especially if you're trying to serve Chinese banks, Japanese banks, German banks, Australian banks, you cannot have any politics in this. You can't be thumbing your nose at China's capital controls. You should be trying to help China market the RMB in Latin America, and whatever they want. So I think you have to take a very agnostic view and just be builders, not disruptors. I think that would be the main thing I would say.
And they don't want to be competition either. And if they were like competition to other things inside the financial system, Ripple would never gain transaction. But because Ripple fixes a lot of problems in the financial system, more and more banks are willing to work with Ripple. Corporations will work with Ripple. It's going to become something so big, and the plumbing has been put in place years ago. We're just waiting for XRP to start running through that plumbing. That's how we will get rich. Stablecoin market cap projected to reach all-time highs by the end of 2024. Very much so indicative of the overall bull market direction the markets will be going in this year. Everything is hinting at a major run-up this year. And I think we're going to see XRP reach a new all-time high by the end of 2024. Everything is coming together perfectly. JP Morgan says U.S. regulators can exert some control over Tether via OFAC. And I think they were spot on this. U.S. regulators can exert some control on Tether's offshore usage via OFAC, according to JP Morgan analyst. Tether CEO said JP Morgan's concerns seem more related to the jealousy towards the evolution of financial and payment services. I think JP Morgan was jealous of a lot of things. I think they were jealous of RippleNet and XRP, and that's why we ended up in a lawsuit with the SEC, trying to slow Ripple and XRP down. But even that case ending this year, that's when we could set a new all-time high. When's that case going to end? Nobody really knows. But when it does end, it's going to be when we all least expect it. And all of a sudden, you're going to wake up and XRP is going to be skyrocketing in price. I rolled through this video very fast today because I just wanted to stay on point. I wanted to keep going, showing you the ties to Fednow, what the Fed is looking to do next. They're pushing towards regulations on stablecoins first. Shortly after, we are going to get crypto regulations as well. And people still live in denial about that. They always like to deny the fact that these meme coins are going to disappear very fast when regulations come. And I think that's going to be like an overnight scenario because I think the regulations are already there. All they're going to do is make an announcement one day. They're going to go with what the EU's going with MiCA. And because you can have different regulations from country to country. But as we sit back and we watch XRP move up slowly now, people are starting to get excited again. And I like the idea that that's what we need in the XRP community once again, instead of people being so divided and fighting with each other on a daily basis. All you have to do when you hold a cryptocurrency like XRP is nothing. Just stay patient, stay positive, and we'll all get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.